Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sherry and I do a daily general reading for whoever's watching. If you're drawn to this video, have faith and trust there's a message you're meant to hear. If this reading resonates with you, please give the video a thumbs up. If you like the content I create, please subscribe. And if you're interested in a personal reading, please check out my website, www.shapeshiftingphoenixtarot.com. Otherwise, I'm here every day and we just see what's going on out there. Reading the energy of the day. Happy New Year, by the way. 2021 feels good. Hey, we made it. We survived. All right. Okay, so I feel like you're hanging in there, and you are celebrating the beginning of the new year. Last year was tough on a lot of people, and it has been tough on you as well. You are someone who is really hard on yourself. You are a perfectionist. You have high expectations of yourself. You generally plan ahead, far ahead into the future. And this year, that has made that difficult. The entire year has been an obstacle for you as far as travel plans and seeing family and friends and get-togethers and celebrations. Especially right now, I feel like with the New Year celebrations that are likely going on everywhere around the world. It's been tough and challenging. It's been challenging. The Hanged Man in reverse is, oh, that's not in reverse. That's just the Hanged Man. Restriction, letting go, sacrifice, different perspective. So this last year, 2020, has brought you new insight into new priorities. It has encouraged you to take another look at what's going on in your life and to look at things a little bit differently if necessary. And so the Hanged Man here is somebody who is understanding, someone who is letting go, sacrificing, not sacrificing your happiness. I feel like you're sacrificing your time. You're giving time to your loved ones. The King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, high expectations on yourself, and you act out of haste with respect to yourself sometimes. The Three of Cups, happiness and achievement, celebration, friendship, creativity, community. This time period, this last year, has really shown you what's important, and you feel that love, joy, celebration, friendship, all that, family is, you realize that is what's important. This is you celebrating with your friends. Raising your cup to the new year. And the moon is there, so we're, healing. The moon is a healing presence. The Ace of Swords. triumph over adversity, inner strength. This really hasn't been easy on you this last year. I find that it's not everybody that's had a difficult year, but the people that it has affected negatively, it's really, really been tough on them. And you should be proud of yourself that you are doing as well as you are, because it feels like you maybe thought that you wouldn't have done as well as you have. So that's good. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Lazy, boredom, feeling stuck. The Three of Wands in reverse. Obstacles to long-term goals. Yeah, the obstacle is all the restrictions that are down on everybody, and you can't travel right now very easily, and the economy isn't that great anywhere. Might be okay in New Zealand. The Six of Wands in reverse, lack of confidence, and also focusing on your ego, focusing on things that are more imposed on us by society than by our spirituality. So maybe by choice, it feels like it's by choice. You have closed yourself off. You have been living a little bit in denial, but it's by choice. You're letting stuff go and trying to live in the flow and trying not to control everything, because you can't control everything. You can control yourself, and really that's about it. The Seven of Cups in reverse. Temptation, illusion, and diversionary tactics. Temptation and illusion. The Three of Cups. Feels like you were maybe not playing around, but you met somebody online recently, and you're working on a relationship with them. Even though you haven't met this person in person, you have feelings for this person, and you're being tempted to, he's trying to get you to move closer to him. But it feels like maybe you shouldn't. Okay, I'm not going to say whether you should or shouldn't, but maybe you should sit with yourself and think about this. Definitely think about this before you make a decision. I just saw the guy running away after stabbing all these swords in your back. So betrayal, unfairness, lack of communication, defeat, crisis, backstabbed, endings and loss. That doesn't feel very good. So be careful. Be careful who you trust. Ten of Pentacles in reverse, loneliness, loss. There's a lot of loss, a lot of feelings of loss here. The Five of Swords in reverse, open to change and past resentment. The Hermit in reverse. So coming out of your depression, I guess. This is the Death card is the last card here. The Death card, endings, change, transformation, and transition. I'm just not going to leave it there. We want to find out what's changing here. The Nine of Wands. So it feels like you have a history of giving up or playing the martyr or being impatient. And I feel like this Death card, is with respect to you becoming more positive, becoming more optimistic. It feels like this year, this 2020 was really tough on you. You had a hard time moving forward, but you have, because you've been in limbo. It feels like you've been in limbo. You've been hanging around, just waiting. And now it feels like things are changing. It's a new cycle, and you're being encouraged to persevere. Don't give up. Keep going. You are resilient. Have faith, because this is a test of faith. A lot of thoughts of faith going through my head. So the Hierophant comes up. Traditional values, a wise family member, someone who you trust, somebody who makes you feel good. You're being encouraged to spend more time with this person. I feel like there is definitely a wise person in your heart. Maybe an older person that your ancestors are encouraging you to hang out with more often. Maybe this person is not well. Maybe this person is lonely. Regardless of the reason, you know who this person is in your life, and it'll be good for your relationship. It'll be good for your heart and this person's heart to spend more time together. And so maybe that's also what this Death card, maybe you're having trouble facing illness, facing a family member's, it's not even illness, maybe they're just old, just getting older. We all get older. Well, hopefully we all get older. So you're realizing that time is valuable. You're realizing that life is short, and that the things that are important in life are things that you generally cannot buy with money. And a lot of what is the best gift is your time. And, you know, for some people, the best gift is the gift of listening to them and just being there with them. You don't have to say anything, you don't have to do anything, but it feels like this person just would love to have you around more often. And that's not a bad thing, right? And also, by hanging out with somebody who has maybe who's having a bit of a tougher time than you, somebody that you can focus on, trying to be kind to them and show them love, that will get you out of your head, and it'll hopefully bring you to a place of gratitude and what you're grateful in your life for, what you're grateful for in your life. And maybe you're grateful that you have your health. You're grateful that you're still alive. You're grateful for this person being in your life. Someone who's been in your life a long time. Maybe a grandparent. Feels like a grandparent. So I'll pull a card from the Shaman's Oracle deck, and we'll see what our ancestors have to say to us today. The Shaman of Reflections. And this came up in reverse. I wish I had a little thing right here that I could set this card on. Anyway, Shaman of Reflections. Right. The Shaman of Reflections. I am the Shaman of Reflections. I offer you who calls upon me the opportunity to see beyond your mirror image and to recognize within yourself the truths that you may never have perceived. I challenge those who believe that there is only one pathway to follow. In the mystery of the mirror, I show each individual his or her true self. Reflections can be many things. For example, the thoughts we have in quiet moments before undertaking some new task, or times of contemplation when we can recognize things we have never before acknowledged about ourselves. The Shaman of Reflections teaches us to look in the mirror and to be challenged by what we see. We may encounter a person or a situation or an aspect of our life that we have hidden from. This shaman holds a serpent of wisdom, symbolic of how the true answers reflected back to us can make us wiser. We must take heed and change paths accordingly. This card is interpreted as self-clarification, being aware of other paths, acknowledging the truth, learning to accept reality, and testing the validity of challenges. I feel like you're going to be having some challenges coming up in your life, and I feel like these challenges are going to result in you you're going to learn a lot from these challenges, from this challenging time that is about to come up. And you're being encouraged to look beyond the physical, look beyond what you can see. It's more about the vibration and the energy that you can feel, and the fact that energy cannot be destroyed. So our spirits, this is what I believe, our spirits are energy, they're love, and they will transform, but they won't disappear. So even if we leave this world, we're still out there. The energy, your spirit is still out there. And that's why it's very important to get in touch with yourself, to get in touch with your higher self. That's one reason why it's important, is because that when it comes down to it, it is all that you have. It's all that we have beyond this body, right? So anyway, I hope that things don't get too hard on you, but I also know that there's no growth without pain, and a lot of times we have to go through the dark night of the soul in order to come to some spiritual freedom. So if you if you have somebody that you can talk to about this type of stuff, your ancestors encourage you to do that and to learn more about the spirit. It's hard learning because there's not just, I mean, it's not something that any, people can be sure of and have a book and a manual and this kind of thing, right? It's not like that. So it's a lot about how you feel, and it's a lot about synchronicities and patterns that you find in the world, in the universe. Everything is connected, that's for sure. This is a bit of an awkward end to this reading. I just am not sure. I just think that you need to go spend some more time, spend lots of time with your loved ones. And hopefully 2021 is a fantastic year for everybody. So again, Happy New Year. I wish you guys the best year ever. You and your families. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. Keep reading. I love you guys. Namaste.